Hello, bitches! What do we got going on today? Well, you can tell from the title, GTA 5 and human consciousness. I think it's very important to start talking about semi-solutions or topics that are solution-oriented or generated. Because we're getting into a world right now where behind the scenes everything's been cleaned out, okay? It's all been cleaned out. It's just the introduction process to humanity, and it can only go as fast as humanity can handle it. And that's the predicament that the world is in right now. For example, GTA 5. Okay. Grand Theft Auto 5. First 24 hours when the video game debuts, sells $800 million. $800 million in 24 hours. And you might think that, oh, that's something great, that's something perfect, that's something that is commendable. Yeah, it is, in a way. And I'm not bagging on Grand Theft Auto directly. What I am bagging on is the relationship between the attention and the money spent on Grand Theft Auto versus the amount of attention and money spent on someone like David Icke. David Icke is just starting a new television channel, and he has to physically ask for donations. He has to physically ask for donations. Why is David Icke not worth $800 million? Why is that? I mean, this is a guy that is probably the father of alternative media or the New Age system. That man has done more to save and bolster humanity than any one single individual out there, period. He's so head and shoulders above everybody else with the amount of information, the type of information, and the timing of the information to awaken and help humanity. And the motherfucking guy, and I say that with all respect to him, it's a compliment, that SOB still has to ask for fucking donations. It is a fucking deplorable joke. It is pathetic. It is rancid. $800 million GTA. And what about the iPhone? What about that damn fucking iPhone they just debuted? That sold out in a day. So you got iPhone, GTA, multi-millions of dollars, David Icke helps humanity, and he's still begging, and I say that term lightly, he's still asking for donations. Which is fine. It's just, for someone in that status, it depicts and it determines and it shows a direct relationship between people's priorities and what the priorities need to be. Therefore, the resocialization that I've been talking about, and everyone can see it with all the documentation that I've provided, that Disinfowars has provided, is blatantly clear and obvious. Resocialization can only happen so fast because everybody's mind has the priority of GTA 5 and the iPhone over individuals like David Icke. It's that simple, it's that cut and dry, it's that easy to understand. And until humanity starts to funnel more of their energies in the correct paths, and I'm not even saying that they can't have both. If you're going to go out and buy GTA 5 or buy an iPhone, well then take some of your money or some of your attention and give it or pay your attention to people like David Icke, people like Max Kaiser, people like Webbot, people like me, people like Ben Fulford, people that are risking and really showing their souls, risking their lives, risking sacrificing other endeavors that they could be putting themselves into instead of these things that don't really produce anything, so to speak, compared to GTA 5, and reward those people. Pay attention to those people. So, you know, a lot of people, and I get emails all the time, people ask, well, yeah, we see the resocialization, we know exactly what you're talking about, but why does it have to be so slow? Why does it seem like it doesn't move? Why does it seem like every single day it's just the same old thing? Well, look at humanity's priorities, and there will be your answer. It's very simple. It's very easy. You know, and again, I'm going to say, there's nothing wrong with GTA 5. There's nothing wrong with an iPhone. There's nothing wrong with playing video games. There's nothing wrong with the internet. There's nothing wrong with all those things. It's just the prioritization in people's lives. That's the issue. It's very simple. I mean, it's like humanity has fallen into this level of understanding or this mental frame of consciousness that is so immature and so infantile that there's no other solution than to slowly bring them out of it. And that's where it is. And it shows in the hysteria of things like Grand Theft Auto 5 and the non-hysteria in things that matter like David Icke. So, you know, that's sort of what I was, what I'm getting at today. And, you know, and it goes back into the Space Brothers things too. I mean, since the last video that I posted, I've had 2 more encounters. So, you know, they are thinking exactly the same thing. And let me give you another analogy. It's like taking a 5-year-old and giving him a Uzi. What would they do with that? What would a 5-year-old do with an Uzi? Probably shoot up the whole town, kill a bunch of people, maybe even kill himself, damage freaking everything. That's a given. So what do you do with the 5-year-old, any child in particular? What do you do with that 5-year-old before you give him the Uzi? Well, you got to make sure that they grow up. They've got to mature. They've got to grow into themselves a little bit more than they are. So you wait until that child is 10, 11, 12, 15, 16. Then you can give them the Uzi. And the reason why I'm saying Uzi is because freedom and direct access to resources, direct access to real responsibilities of life can be an Uzi if people misuse it. Look what the Illuminati's done with power and the misuse of power. They've destroyed fucking everything. But it's the same way. When responsibility and power is relinquished to the people, they have to be in the mental framework, they have to be in the soul consciousness level to handle it and not destroy themselves again. So, you know, that's where it is very simply. And, you know, you guys are way out in front. If you're watching stuff like this, you're way, way out in front. What I'm referring to is the cross-section, the per capita, the middle of the road, American predominantly, or anyone else in the globe that just has its priorities all fucked up. And it's going to take time. I said that a year and a half ago. I said, look, it's going to be a process. It's not going to be some light bulb situation where one day it's this way and the next day it's another thing. So, yeah, and it has been like that. And it's going to continue to be so. So yeah, I just wanted to start dealing with solutions. So this is what happened. If you see somebody that acts like that, if you see somebody that spends all of his or her time painting their face 2 different freaking bright colors, putting a colored afro on, grabbing a bone out of a butcher's shop, chewing on it, screaming for their favorite team on a Sunday or Saturday at the local football stadium, doesn't do anything to improve himself or his community or anything about that, smack that motherfucker in the face. You know, and I don't mean that literally. I mean smack him with your words. Go, hey man, you ever heard of David Icke? Hey man, you ever heard of Ben Fulford? Hey, you ever look at the problems in the world that are going on? That's the motherfucker that you need to get to. That dumb motherfucker is slowing down the advancement and development of humanity. Period. That is what it is. That is what it is. Now, I don't want to harp on it too much because humanity, Americans specifically, are making great strides and everybody's doing a fantastic job. They really are. They really are. But you know me, I'm going to lay it on the line. I'm going to tell you guys exactly what the F is going on. I'm going to tell you. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to candy coat it. I'm going to explain to you what exactly is happening. So there's no misunderstandings. There's no misinterpretations. So, you know, especially in the last poll that, I don't know, Gallup poll, whatever poll it was, where 70% of Americans did not favor war in Syria. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That's all they have to do is change their mind, priorities, pay attention a little bit more, get engaged to the topics, and the world will change in a direct relationship to how their consciousness and their attitudes and actions are conforming to the real issues of life. It's that simple. It's that simple. So, yeah, you know, heck, maybe I'll play some GTA 5 today. Okay? All right, guys. See you later, bitches.